Hey, Wave Riders! Welcome back to the Platinum Wave, your destination for deep dives into the world's most powerful organizations, both legal and not so legal. Today, we're throwing down the gauntlet with a showdown that crime historians and armchair strategists have debated for years. Who would win in a crime war, the Sinaloa Cartel or the Medellín Cartel? Buckle up, because we're breaking down their firepower, leadership, international influence, and even their dark legacies. In the end, I'll give you my verdict on the ultimate cartel champion. Let's start with the Medellín Cartel. Founded in the late 1970s in Colombia and led by the infamous Pablo Escobar, these guys basically invented the global cocaine trade. At their peak, they controlled 80% of the world's cocaine and had billions in annual revenue. Escobar's crew was, honestly, just ruthless. We're talking assassinations, car bombs, and even full-scale wars with the Colombian government. They turned Medellín into a war zone, even going so far as to assassinate a presidential candidate. But you know, their methods made them enemies pretty much everywhere, and ultimately, their violence brought them down. Now, let's talk about the Sinaloa Cartel. Based in Mexico and once commanded by Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, Sinaloa rose to power in the 1990s and 2000s. They're considered the most powerful drug trafficking organization in the world today. Sinaloa is known for innovation, think drug tunnels, high-tech communication, and, yeah, diversified smuggling routes. Unlike Medellín, Sinaloa prefers bribery and alliances over open warfare, making them way harder to dismantle. Their global reach includes not just cocaine, but also meth, heroin, and fentanyl, making them a seriously diversified criminal empire. So, what if these two titans clashed in an all-out crime war? Let's break it down for a second. When it comes to firepower, Medellín had military-grade weapons, and honestly, they weren't afraid to use them. But, you know, Sinaloa's access to modern arms and tech really gives them an edge here. Now, talking about leadership, Escobar was super charismatic, but yeah, also pretty reckless, while Sinaloa's leaders are way more pragmatic and, well, less prone to self-destruction. Let's talk tactics. Medellín was all about brute force, just straight-up aggression. Sinaloa? They're more about stealth, bribes, and those calculated strikes. Now, when it comes to alliances, Sinaloa has partners stretching from South America all the way to Asia, while Medellín was mostly isolated, kinda on their own. And, law enforcement pressure? Medellín attracted way too much heat, and that's really what led to their downfall. On the other hand, Sinaloa's low-profile tactics are what keep them in the game, even today. So who's the winner? In a crime war between the Sinaloa Cartel and the Medellín Cartel, the Sinaloa Cartel comes out on top. Why? Because Sinaloa's adaptability, global alliances, and, you know, their preference for stealth over violence make them a far more sustainable and dangerous force. Medellín's raw aggression definitely shook the world, but Sinaloa's business savvy and flexibility would win the war, and honestly, keep them in power way longer. Do you agree with our verdict, or are you riding for the old-school Medellín crew? Hit the comments, and let's debate. Be sure to like, subscribe, and ring that bell so you never miss a wave of criminal history, power struggles, and high-stakes showdowns. This is the Platinum Wave. Thanks for watching, and catch you on the next tide.